there is another holy name besides Shaddai that Zipporah and I protected. In truth, it may not have needed our help, but we had to be sure. The stakes were just too high. The Tetragrammaton, the 4 sacred vowels, already existed. In fact, it had existed for long before we existed, having been created before the mists of time. It was the original word, the roar at the dawn of creation. To this day, it is a vibrational element that enlivens our bodies, allows us to commune with the heavens, divinity, if you will. I see in your holy book, the Tetragrammaton is translated as Lord. In my language, the letters are Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. When spoken or chanted, these sounds set up feedback loops that echo to the beginning of creation. You may notice that in your own time, people continue to argue about how these 4 sacred vowels are pronounced. That you can credit to the work Zipporah and I did. I have heard several pronunciations in your own time, the most common being Yahweh, Yahuwah, and Jehovah. None of them are exactly right. You see, these syllables were not meant to be pronounced. They are designed to be sung, vibrated, experienced. They are the vocalization of energy, not a finite pronunciation of a word. Yahava, Yuhu, Vuhu. Even though this name had existed since the dawn of creation, we feared the scribes would try to make it unrecognizable or even erase it entirely. Why did we fear this? This holy name isn't just a series of vibrations that touch us. It is also a cipher, a code that holds deep, many-layered meanings. The one we felt the scribes would find objectionable is that these vowels represent a divine essence that is equal parts male and female. But a new order was upon us, and this true meaning of the divine name could not withstand the heavy-handed pressure of the ruling class. The God of the male scribes had to be male and male alone. So after our success with Shaddai, we felt that hiding in plain sight was the way to go with this name as well. As much as we hated to do this, we would have to trust that we could leave enough clues behind so that our descendants could uncover the truth when time had ripened. Remember, the Tetragrammaton was a name wrought in the fires of the heavens, made of creation and stardust and numinous mystery. We brought the name down to earth. We made it earthbound, a word that humans could speak. Luckily, or unluckily, the scribes were happy to hide the true meanings, making our work that much easier. When we started adding the human pronunciations, it even gave people something to argue about. And you know, people do love to argue. In doing so, they found many different ways to say the holy name, all earth-based. I think that through history, there are people who have known, people who could sense the vibrations of the mysterious name, even if the clues were occluded. I am here to share its secret. The Yud, the letter Y in your language, stands for the workman of the deity. It refers to the sun, and it usually represents the male vortex. But here is the rest of the secret. you may not know, but can see inside your own language. The H in Yud He Vav He is often transliterated from the Hebrew He. But this is a transliteration, not a translation, meaning there is no single one-to-one correlation. There is another option. He is the fifth letter of my alphabet. The fifth letter of the English alphabet is E. So if we swap out the H for an E, we get Eve. Can you see her? Our beloved, the great goddess of Genesis. Eve is sitting there patiently and with love, the female vortex. She is awaiting the day when you and all of humanity recognize her as a crucial element of the sacred. The Tetragrammaton, as the holder of sacred energy, was kept in biblical writings. Whether it was through our work or the innate magic of the name, Yud He Vav He appears over 6,800 times in the Bible. It is in all the Hebrew biblical books except Ecclesiastes, Esther, and the Song of Solomon. Our ancestor, goddess Eve, is calling to us. It is time for her to take her rightful place.